key of D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go over some help points with this tune. So this is something that should be learned and memorized, whether you are used to reading standard notation or tabs. I don't know if you're going to find a tab copy of this arrangement, but it is intended as part of your growth process to learn about the harmonized chords in the key of D, the triads on the lowest 3 strings. There is also a triad on the strings 4, 3, and 2, so let's go through that together. The harmonized D scale that Mel Bay is teaching us here is going to be the triad located on string 4, fret F sharp, so string 4, fret 4, string 1, fret 2, string 3, fret 2, and string 2, fret 3. That is a D chord, and that is in fact going to be the last chord we play in the song with the open A string. The next chord in the harmony of the key of D is E minor, and Mr. Bay has us play it as the last 3 strings in the D scale harmonized training for the tune. In the song itself, we're going to be playing the E minor in 2 different locations. First, we're going to be playing this chord here, which is in E minor with a G on the bottom, so E minor first inversion, and the frets go string 4, fret 5, string 3, fret 4, string 2, fret 5, string 1, fret 3. That's an E minor first inversion. Think about it as a D minor chord that you shift down the neck. That chord is found often in the song, and we're actually going to shift it up here at one point as well to make an F sharp minor. So far then in the key of D, we have a D major chord, the first inversion, an E minor chord here and here, an F sharp minor chord here. The next chord in the key of D major will be a G chord. We're going to play the G chord a few different places. First and most importantly, we've got the G chord here. It is a second inversion G chord, triad, and it is a D-shaped chord that you're putting on fret 7. So take a D-shaped chord and put it in position 7, and you have G major. You also have a G major chord here, which is a first inversion triad, and this would be a B note of string 4, a D note and a G note of strings 2 and 1. So you can think of it as like an F-shaped chord that you slide 2 frets. So it is a G major, and you would be able to play the open 4th string with it, since that D note occurs in the chord. So that's 2 very important G locations. Let's add the 4th finger to this G chord on string 4, fret 5. That is a G chord, G, B, D, G. And let's also add the pinky finger on string 1, fret 5. This is a G add 9. And this does, in fact, show up in the tune. So that's a G add 9 chord. Okay? And that's going to go like that. And then you take away the pinky and the 3rd finger, and you play the little G triad I showed you a moment ago. Let's look at the B7. Now, this is interesting. The B7 chord is not typically found in the key of D, but typically it would be a B minor. So in this tune, he uses the B, as in boy, B7 chord to get you to come around to the E minor. So here's a little B7. You put your, let me do this here. You put your first finger on the D sharp of string 4. You put your middle finger on the A of string 3. And you put your ring on the F sharp of string 1. Also, you want to learn a standard B7. And if you've been through this process with Mel Bay, you definitely know these chords by now. And a standard B7 is B, D sharp, A, open B, F sharp. Okay? Yeah, so I mean, that's a solid start. Let's also look at the B minor. He has us playing this B minor here. And here's the trick. B minor has. Now the chord before B minor is. So the chord before B minor is an A13. It goes like this. So this is the second chord. This is the second chord in the tune, and it goes open, string 5, second fret, string 4, open, string 3, second fret, string 2, second fret, string 1. So that's an A13. We take away the ring finger, we have an A7. Okay, and then you simply slide that middle finger 1 fret, pivot your hand, and you have a B minor. But we only play as far as string 2, so. And then we slide the third finger to this F sharp minor, also called A13. But I would think of it as an F sharp minor. So if you don't play efficiently, this song's going to be really much more difficult. Again, fingers 1, 2, 3 for the A13. Glide that middle finger and form your B minor. Glide the third finger and form that first inversion F sharp minor, also known as A13. Okay, well, I know this was a bit of a crash course. In the next section, I'd like to look at the triad walkdowns. Let's play the triad walkdowns in the song. I'm talking specifically about line 1, measure 3. So we're going to have a G, A, G add 9, A7, D. The G, it looks like a D chord, position 7. Be careful not to hit any strings other than the bottom 3 here. An A chord, which is C sharp E A, right? It looks like an F chord, but it's on the bottom 3 strings. It's an A chord, first inversion. So G chord, second inversion. A chord, first inversion. G add 9, first inversion. That's fret 4, fret 3, fret 5. A7, a little A7 here. That goes A, C sharp, G. That's a root position. And then a D. So practice that. See if you can memorize the tune. It sure flows better when it's in our heads, at least temporarily. Right. So then we played the D again. I'm in the last measure of line 1. Now we're going to start our journey down the neck, and we're going to start with a G major first inversion, and we're going to strum 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's going to be open, fret 4, fret 3, fret 3. And then here we have a D chord. This is a D chord triad, and this is a root position triad. In the lowest 3 strings, we have an A on string 1, fret 5, an F sharp on string 2, fret 7, and a D on string 3, fret 7. Now the reason I'm using this fingering is because we're going to have to go to G. Now you could use this fingering, fingers 1, 4, 3, if you're maybe wanting to make the G chord with your last 3 fingers. So use the fingering that allows you to glide string 2. So for me, I have big hands, so I'm going to use these, finger 1, finger 3, finger 2, and then glide right into that G chord. If you're lifting up your hand and putting it back down, you're not playing really that correctly. You're kind of like adding obstacles to your learning. if you're lifting and rearranging and putting back down. So, okay. You have to figure out on your guitar where it sounds best to strum these. These little triads can sound thin, but that's why they're passing, you know, going through them kind of quickly. And the second line, first measure, again, that was a half note, hold on the G, D root position. Okay, and then we are going here to hit a, you can call it a G13 chord if you like. It's 5, 4, 5, 3. That's going to be, okay, then in E minor with the middle finger on E, and you strum your bottom 4. So notice the arrangement of this measure, line 2, measure 2. Bottom 4 strings, bottom 4 strings, bottom 4 strings, and here you can play, I might suggest playing it like this. The B7 located in line 2, measure 3 is first finger D sharp, third finger A, pinky F sharp, because watch. We're going to go to an E7 chord, and that is going to be string 1 fret 4, string 2 fret 3, string 4 fret 4, string 4 fret 2. So if you can go from this E7, this B7 here, you get to glide these guys an interval of a sixth right here. We're now in line 2, measure 3, A7. Bar your bottom 4 strings and press at fret 5 and press a C sharp note and strum. Okay, so then line 2 is a replay of the intro, the rest of it. And line 3, here we go, line 3, everybody. Line 3, measure 1. We are here on the GBDA. This is a really beautiful portion of the tune. Again, we're going to be arranging on mostly the bottom 4 strings. We're going to go the G add 9, 5, 4, 3, 5. Okay, G add 9, and then G, open 4 string, O, 4, 3, 3. So that sounds like. Back to that B7, it tells me we must be getting ready for like an E minor or something here. Okay, B7, 2, open 2, 1, use these fingers. Sorry, first finger. So finger pinky, third, first. Get that middle finger in. It just adds the bass note to it there. So you hear, okay, so line 3, beat 3, I played incorrectly on the video. Let's just address that now where we are. I should have extended my pinky. So this is what it should be here. String 4 fret 1, string 3 fret 2, string 2 open, string 1 fret 3. Because I didn't realize we want that G note here as the highest pitch. Now the B7. Now the E minor. Okay, so the melody goes. Okay, so. Alright, so we have this G13, this G, this B7 stretcher, B7 regular, E minor. You may find that the B7 there, if you have the music there, the line 3 beat 3, you should probably try to play it like this. So you're in preparation for the B7 chord, but if need be, you could play. This just makes a lot of extra work, but it makes that stretch a little easier. Line 3, measure 3, beat 1. We have a nice A7 chord. And you can tell that's the turnaround chord of the tune, and now we're firmly back in the key of D. And we are going to be playing these following triads. We are going to be playing okay, so let's look at the line 3, measure 3, last 2 beats. We're starting off with a good old D triad, going to a G triad, Back to a D triad. Very good so far. A7, 4 strings. B minor, a little nugget here. So I'll think of an A minor shape down 2 frets. Now the last beat of that measure will be, I think I would think of that as a G13. 5, 4, 5, 3. D. A7. D inside inversion. Oh, it's a handful, isn't it? So I'll do a line-by-line playthrough for you now, and I'll timestamp the video. Here's a line-by-line playthrough of the song. Abide with me. Line 1. 1, 2, extra slow. And then this guy is, okay. Line 2, extra slow. Line 3, slow. Sorry, those are quarter notes. Well, okay, I hope you have fun with that. It's a beautiful song and it's worth the journey.